the Cube of Truth tonight. I'm not going to be in the Cube of Truth, but there is a ton of people here, and we're going to see what goes on in the Cube of Truth before and during all this happens. So it'll be a cool experience for you guys if you don't know what the Cube of Truth is, and maybe after you see this, you'll want to go out and do one of these things. Let me just flip this thing around so you can. I'm going to walk through here to find everybody, and you can see what's going on. Now, the best thing about these Cube of Truth things is that you can find a place that has like a ton of people gathering and walking by, and that's what this place is. We are in downtown Fort Myers. It's like First Friday, and it's Art Walk. I think it's what they call it around here. So at Art Walk, as you can see, there are just people everywhere. They close the streets down here in downtown Fort Myers, and people are everywhere. So this is a perfect environment for Anonymous for the Voiceless. And if you guys don't know what Anonymous for the Voiceless is, you're going to find out. You're going to find out why they want to go to places like this where there are a lot of people. So the idea basically is to set up a cube of truth in an area where they have like tons of people walking by. So I'm gonna try to make my way through the crowd here. I don't know how much of this other noise you can hear, but there's all kinds of sound and activity going on around here. But with this microphone that I have, you can probably only hear what I'm saying, but you can see all the activity anyway. All right, now right down here is probably where the cube is going to get set up. Near where they have this like this stuff on the wall up here. Well, actually, we have to go down another block still. Oh, there's paramedics here. Something happened. Somebody's singing. Here, I'll put the microphone on her. Okay, I can't sing like that. All right, let's keep walking through the crowds. As you can see, there's tons of people around here. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen this many people before. Right here in the middle of downtown Fort Myers. Wow, so many people. All right, let me try to make my way through. All right, we're still moving. See, there's so many people here, I didn't even realize where I was. The area where the Cube of Truth usually happens is down here. Just hadn't even got there yet. There's somebody else with a camera. There's somebody talking. I don't know what they're saying, but this is the area right here where the cube usually happens, right here, where this guy's talking.
Salvation, and the only thing that will change your comprehension is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit can convict you of
$1 million for you, take it.
They're handing out money. Yeah, I didn't take it. All right, I'm trying to find the group for the Anonymous for the Voiceless. They should be down here around the corner.
That's it, just that.
Look at this. All right, they stopped for now. We'll catch them on the way back out. Let's go down over here.
Are you kidding me?
Okay. These guys over here, I think that they are. There he is. There's Brad. All right. Well, I'm not participating. I am just documenting. So here's Brad. You going to talk about what you guys are doing tonight?
Yeah, we're going to perform public art, and in the art, we're going to show standard practice local slaughterhouse footage, showing people where their products, animal products, come from. Yeah, it's pretty simple. People walk by, if they choose to talk to us, we'll talk back, we'll have conversation. We believe in like a one-on-one, genuine conversation where we listen to them. You know, I think you gotta really take people seriously where they're at and tell them, you know, if you find this is a great injustice, I agree with you. We're not here to shove our beliefs down their throats. We're here to, you know, show them their own beliefs, if you can take that by analogy, down their throats. Yeah. Yeah. So if they don't like what they're seeing, they can choose not to participate. They can easily move their hand 4 inches to the left and get the product without animal products in it. So it's pretty simple. There's a lot of people here tonight. It's really hard to park. I've never seen this place so packed before, and we've been doing this for over 2 years. I've never seen it this packed. Maybe Zombie Fest a couple years ago, ZombieCon, whatever it was called. It's the closest it's been. Yeah. We're just waiting for more people to get here because it was way more. I was stuck in the intersection for 10 minutes. It was way more packed than we expected it to be. There seems to be a lot of, like, I guess, high school events, like high school bands and plays, and the entire, like, liberal arts. So that's exciting.
All right, and what do you're going to be at Ocala Veg Fest on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I'll be there at 3 p.m. I think Justin's there at like 12:30 or something. And yeah, I'll be speaking about what we do. You know, hopefully I'll make some connection with people. They can find their local chapter. I know that this is a little far away from Ocala, but there's chapters in St. Pete, Tampa, all over the Florida. I think there's at least 12 of them, so you can definitely find one near you.
All right, cool. Well, let me flip this camera around. All right, so about how long do you think it'll be till we get out there with everybody?
Well, to get 6 people, we're for 6 people we want to start with, so we're probably 2 more people away from getting started. I know Zach. Is Zach here?
Yeah, so we're just waiting. Actually, while we're waiting, I might go out there and just see what's going on the street. There's so much activity out there. Somebody's trying to hand me money. Actually, somebody in the spot that we or the Anonymous of the Voices Cube is usually located. There's a guy handing out money. He's like, "Here, take it." I don't know.
Universal Basic Income. Universal Basic Income here.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna head back out there right now since I'm doing this live broadcast, and now I'll come back and catch you guys in a second. Hopefully, when I come back, everybody will be ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip this thing back around. Yeah. Brad likes the microphone. All right, so I'm going to go back out here, see what's going on. And like Brad said, we have never seen this many people here. And the reason why I think they haven't started yet is because it's so jam-packed that people can't make it out here. They can't get here because of all the traffic and parking issues right now, which is great, actually. This is probably the best possible environment to have a Cube of Truth. All right. Here, the orchestra's going to start again, I think. Let's check them out. They move up here in the front. See if we can get some sound on them. That's my microphone, you see it? They're still not playing yet. All right, here, looks like they get ready to go. All right, I don't know if you can hear them because they're not all that loud compared to how loud everybody else is out here. There are just people and noise everywhere. Let's walk through the street over here again and kind of check out what's going on. I'm pretty sure this is where the cube will set up, right down here. And there's got this guy down here who's handing out money. Yeah, he's talking. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue that these guys are here because they're kind of they're being really loud and they're kind of a lot of people. You can see there's a big gap where people are. They're not walking around where they are. With the Cube of Truth, they don't make any noise at all. If you guys haven't seen it, so it's a totally different vibe, totally different environment.
You see, there are religious groups who believe that somehow if you live your life or you turn over a new leaf, or you change the way you think and act, then somehow God.
Well, we're gonna do a Cube of Truth, Anonymous for the Voiceless. Have you ever heard of that?
What is it called?
It's called a Cube of Truth. It's with a group called Anonymous for the Voiceless.
None heard of it.
Okay, well, I'm recording this right around here because they're probably gonna set up right here in a few minutes, and yes, they don't make any noise. They're totally quiet.
Okay.
You seen them before?
Yeah, I've seen them out here. Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually here for the art walk every month. So they're just waiting for people to show up because they people have been stuck in traffic, can't find parking. There's so many people. They said they've never seen this many people here before.
Yeah, trouble finding parking too to get down here. Yeah.
Well, that's good. It means there's a lot of people here, so you get to impact a lot of people, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were just getting together. These guys come out and street preach and want to spread the gospel of Christ. So I figured, well, you know, it's a good time. People a lot of times don't want to hear it, but you know, it needs to be spoken. So.
Right. I mean, I think it's similar to Anonymous for the Voiceless. They do something, you know, it's a similar idea anyway, something that we think needs to be heard by people, and but it's just a different method, I guess. But you utilize the same area where there's a ton of people that are walking by, right?
Yeah. Well, you get your message out, you know.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen when people just walk on by, random people, right, and you impact lives.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well then.
Yeah, you'll see me out here with the camera. I'm just going to roll this camera while we're doing the Cube of Truth. Okay, thanks. All right. Well, it's good talking to him, and it'll be interesting to see how these two different forms of activism kind of the impacts and the effects of each one being so close to one another, almost in the same place. As you can see, look at all these people. Everybody's saying they've never seen this many people out before in downtown Fort Myers. So it's going to be an interesting night, and we'll see how long my battery lasts. And there, it looks like that is Jesus himself, or at least someone who's dressing up as him. He's not doing much preaching or saying much, but he's there. Actually, let's go down to this singer again real quick. There he is. This is a different singer this time. No more opera.
I wondered what he did on Saturday nights.
This is a mistake.
We're walking towards the crowds. They're good boys.
I mean, I've heard worse.
All right, see if you can hear this.
Goddamn happy I am. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now. Thank you.
All right, that one's over. So let's head back to the green cup, see if more people are here for the cube. It is definitely hopping down here. It's hard to get through everybody that's here. So many people, just solid people.
Why did you gonna leave me like that? Wow. Like y'all just gonna leave me on my birthday?
All right, we're back to the spot where Anonymous Voices is going to be setting up soon. See our friends again. Street preaching.
One makes a decision, in the end you stand before God and you bring all your good works. And unfortunately the Bible says your good works are like filthy rags.
All right. Back to the orchestra in the street. They're not playing again. They're in between sets. Every time I come by, they're not playing. It looks like they're getting ready to play, but they're not playing right now. All right, we will come back to them again. They're not ready for us. People eating their dinner right here on the sidewalk. There's a keyboard. There's Justin. He's carrying something. All right, looks like they're ready. They're coming out of the green cup. All right, everyone's ready to go? All right, I'm documenting the experience tonight.
Okay, so my bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start setting up. We're gonna try to find an area where we're not interfering with people that much, but also one where people can see us. And then we're gonna start setting up footage of what it's like to be inside a factory farm. And people are gonna come by and ask us questions. We're gonna answer them and try to put the puzzle pieces together in their head, because most people here have the same beliefs that we do. They think that animal cruelty is wrong, we should protect the environment, and public health issues matter. So all we really have to do is get them to figure out where animal agriculture fits into all of that. And then once they realize the scale of what they're doing, making decisions that cause so much suffering to everyone, animals and people included, then we're hoping to find a lot of success. We usually do, with getting people to either become vegan or move them a little bit closer to that path.
Yeah, you guys do a great job, and tonight there's more people than I've ever seen down here.
Yeah, we're starting so late because it took us like 30 minutes more to even find parking. So.
Yeah, and I was talking to these street preachers down here. They said they remember the cube from previous times.
Oh yeah, they kind of follow us around, and we try to like run away from them, but.
All right, let's see what they're gonna set up. So that was Justin. Justin's gonna be talking at Ocala Veg Fest on Sunday as well. He's giving a presentation.
And step into eternity. What are you going to do when you take your last breath? What are you going to say when God says, give me the solution to your sin?
All right, so they're going to walk down a little further. Hey, Zach, want to say a few words? I'm documenting this whole experience.
Okay. Yeah, we're about to set up for Cube of Truth. What we're going to do is show people what goes on behind closed doors, because most of the time people go to the grocery store or go to a restaurant, they don't realize what the animal actually has to go through throughout their entire life just to end up really in a toilet. So we look down on animals that much where we believe that they're worth literally human shit. So we just want to show people what goes on, because when they see the footage of what goes on inside of slaughterhouses, and we show footage of actual farms in Florida, so people can't say this only happens in third world countries. But we like to create conversations as people stop and agree with that what's going on the screens is wrong. We have great conversations, and we give them information to go home and learn more about it, because we don't want them to just take our word for it, really, because someone down the road could be saying the opposite, and I wouldn't want them to believe them too. So that's why we give out information for people to go home and just educate themselves, because most of the time, most vegans' biggest regret about going vegan in the first place is that they didn't do it soon enough. So that's why I'm out here, trying to get people to go vegan sooner.
All right, good job. We'll see how it's going. I'm sure you guys always impact lots of lives every time I see you guys out here. So, all right, they're setting up. Got the big TV on. I've worn this TV before. I can't really do it for more than about 30 minutes. It gets quite heavy after a while. Brad's got one as well. So they've got you gotta have at least 4 people. So they'll have 2 screens back to back, and they'll have some other folks in between, and then they'll have floaters who kind of walk around and talk to people. You can kind of tell what people are interested, which people are interested in what they're doing. They'll just start staring at the screens, and if they do, then one of the folks involved with Anonymous for the Voiceless will kind of reach out and start talking to them. You see everybody's having their dinner here. There's tons of people on the sidewalk here. There's people everywhere. Yeah, see, look down here, there's it just goes on and on. Look at that. Oh. Okay, so they are almost ready now. They're just getting the screens on there, yeah. So the format here is you guys are holding the TVs. There'll be 2 other people in between, at least for a 4-person cube, and then there'll be people walking around like floaters talking to people?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. People inside the cube, people outside the cube. We try to make sure it's even on each side. We've had, I think, a 12-person cube one time, and yeah. I've been in cubes that were like, I think, 15 by 15 of the Toronto. We had a super cube in Orlando one time that was pretty big. They get pretty big, but you get diminishing returns the bigger your cube is. You actually start thinking about having small to smaller cubes depending on where you're at. And I know in Fort Lauderdale they have had an entire city block, a couple of blocks, they just had different cubes. It's pretty interesting.
Is it better to have cubes that are larger or to have more floaters moving around?
It's definitely a question of demand. So if it's not that busy, have a bigger cube. But if it's busy, you can get some people out. We kind of just play it by ear.
And then you keep tabs about how many people are considering going vegan when the floaters talk to him. Is that right?
Yeah, and we used to report it to the organization every month or so, but like they kind of stopped doing that because we kind of didn't want it to turn into a competition, and it's really hard to track people down. It's not really an accurate study. It was just kind of a way to celebrate our success, but we realized that, you know, what we're doing is the best we can do regardless, and a lot of what we're going to see, and like the Impossible Burger and that census, I heard there's actually some data showing that millions of more people are vegan than we actually previously thought now. So that's going to be the true measure of our success, and we don't really take it so seriously what we call the tally anymore. They recently updated that.
Okay. All right. Well, I can tell. I can testify that you guys doing some great work. I've been in the cubes with you guys. I've watched what you're doing, talking to people, and people are minds are changed who would never consider these types of things before.
A little short story. About a month or so into this, we actually did it around there where the Downtown House of Pizza.
That's Downtown House of Pizza right there?
No, you can't see it. I'm pointing through the walls. It's way over there. But the owner came up to us. I was afraid he'd be upset, but he was just curious, and he said, "You know what? I think I'll just start serving vegan cheese or something." I was like, I didn't think it was serious, but then within a month later, Downtown House of Pizza has vegan pizza now. You can see it as marketed right there. So
yeah, that's a thing too. I see him on our group, Vegan SWFL. People post about it, and they say it's really good. People make special trips down here for it now. There you go. You got a 4. Is it a 4K? Uh-oh, here we go. All right, Brad's getting into it now. So they're getting ready to put up the footage that goes on these screens. I'm checking them out, making sure everything works. There we go. So these screens are pretty big. So you're just walking by. It's the Animal Recovery Mission. That is a Florida-based organization. I think that they are based over on the Atlantic side. And this is basically what happens. They bring cameras into animal farms, slaughterhouses, dairy operations, all these types of things. And these are things that people usually never get to see. And people are you see people are just walking by. They don't know what's going on, and they start to take a look at it, and it can be very impactful. That's for sure. You see all the people walking by. Everybody's glancing over there. Yeah, Zach's going to talk to somebody right now. I can tell you this: these little outdoor heaters, they produce some heat. And I believe, if I'm correct, the way the laws are set up in the United States right now, anybody who impinges on profits of animal agriculture is considered an act of terrorism. I believe that's the way the law is written. If somebody knows a little different, let me know. But there's definitely severe penalties for folks going into and showing what's going on inside of these operations. And the folks that run these operations definitely do not want people to see what's going on in there. And the average person has no idea what goes on in these operations. Never seen it. Anyway, some of this is pretty bad, so I'm going to move the camera back so you guys can see from a distance what's going on, how people are reacting, that kind of thing. See, Zach's over there on the right talking to this guy who is been watching the cameras or watching the video screens and has some questions, and this is what happens. This is people just are randomly walking by, they see what's going on, and then they get into conversations. So there's Justin, he's a floater, he's walking around. And they're just looking for people. See, there's some people that are stopping and they're looking at the screens. And some people will stay for quite a while. And those are the people that usually end up. See, there's just, oh, actually, no, Justin's talking over. He's talking to Zach. See, there's someone right there who's taking a video. Justin might start talking to her. I'm giving like a play-by-play here. Announcing Anonymous for the Voice of Cuba Truth.
Left or right?
There's a little kid is eating his ice cream, looking at that dairy footage. And actually, I think that in this area, when they shut the streets down, I think that people are allowed to carry their alcoholic drinks around. So sometimes you run into people that have had a few too much, but you know, you can't really be picky about the location here because you've got a ton of people walking by, and that's the whole idea, just to get a lot of people. We might go strolling up and down the street for a little bit. There doesn't seem to be much activity here right now. So I am going to, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stroll up and down the street a little bit, and we'll see what's going on other sides of the street, and then we'll come back over here and see how they're doing. Look at all these people. Yeah, you can see they're serving alcohol right out here, bar right on the corner, literally.
I don't think he crystallized whatever that's called. I think he's just there.
Well, we're right in between singers now.
Sorry for the interruption.
As a season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll show you a grind. Cats fit home. still. Children feet in the snow. So why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? The rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky.
All right. We're going to move back.
Hold up. Right here.
All right, I can see Justin's talking to somebody right now as we're walking up to the cube again. Let's kind of take a look at what they're talking about, some of the scenes that he's watching.
This is mannequins holding CD against the chest.
Yeah, it's okay. There's people everywhere. I'm not going to avoid my camera. So Justin's in a conversation over here, and then Zach is talking to some people down there. So everybody's afraid of the camera. But they're trying to be polite. So I'm going to walk by here. So there's Zach talking to some people. So they've got two floaters, and they're both talking right now. I'm sure if they had more floaters, there would be a lot more conversations going on. So if you're out there and you're in the Fort Myers area, come on down. You can join them here, and let's see, what time is it now? It's 8:02. I think they're going to be here at least for another hour, maybe two. But let's go down while they're talking and having their conversations. Let's continue down here, see what's going on down this side of the street again.
The Bible says God is angry at the wicked every day because they reject him and mock him. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm trying to do my best.
All right. It looks like the orchestra is cleared out. I don't think they're here anymore. Actually, they're over standing in the corner. Yeah, they've got all their music instruments in their cases. The piano is still out here, though. I guess they're done for the evening. All right, well, let's head back.
We want to offer you a Savior. Almighty God sent Jesus down to earth 2,000 years ago with a meaning, with a purpose. His purpose was to save people.
Actually, yeah, this looks like a really busy area. This is, since those that orchestra disbanded, this has become the busier area. See, Zach's not talking to anybody right now, but Justin is still talking to that guy since the time that we left. People are watching the screens here. And you see, as you can see, it's definitely effective. It gets this kind of stuff in front of people. And people are like, what? What is that? Who's that? Mascot. Calusa. Uh-oh. Where's he going? Looks like there's a few people around Justin now. He's obviously getting into a deep conversation. And Zach's over there talking to somebody now. There's no shortage of people right now that are interested in what's going on over here. So, you know, as I was saying, if you are interested in helping out, they're down here every month here in Fort Myers at Art Walk, this first Friday of every month. And they close the streets down. I could definitely use more help. Let's just move back in the corner here and kind of observe what's going on now. All right, so Justin finished talking with those guys. That was a long conversation. You know, Zach's talking with someone new. There's some younger kids looking at the screens, talking to Justin now. I'm just going to point the microphone over in their direction so you can hear what's going on, just the general crowd noise. Hopefully you can hear that in the microphone.
Stop following us. Stop following us. There you go.
Nobody seems to be stopping now. There seems to be another lull here, so I'm gonna walk around a little bit again. We'll come back. One more time, walk around here. There is Jesus. And if you, depending upon where you're watching this, if you are interested in helping out with Anonymous with the Voiceless, they do have a group on Facebook. It's AFV Fort Myers. And if you join our vegan group, which is veganswfl.org, that's veganswfl.org, veganswfl.org, you will find out about all their activities because they get posted in our group.
So you can't sing.
All right.
What should have been the background music?
We're going to head back over to the cube. All right, I can see Justin's talking to someone new. I'm just going to kind of scoot over into the corner so that nobody sees me here this time, so I don't mess with the vibe or anything going on over here. Just kind of scoot off into the corner. There. All right, so I think that's going to be about it for this live broadcast. You kind of get the idea what's going on. They're definitely being successful, getting to talk to people. You can see people looking at the screens as they go by. All right, well, if you have never seen this before or experienced it, didn't understand what it was, hopefully you know about the cube now and what goes on. And this is, like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't know how much of it you've watched, but you really have to find a place like this where there's all these people gathering. That's really where they're most successful, and it's hard to find a place like this sometimes, depending upon the area that you're in. But when you find it, you can get in front of a lot of people. All right, we'll just leave it at that with Justin talking to everybody. All right, so good night from Fort Myers, Florida, and Art Walk, first Friday. See ya.